Good morning, good morning. Benji, Helena Benham Carter. Apologies for our delay. We're not allowed to go to the theater anymore, but we're making you think you're there because we're starting 8 minutes after the call time. We're trying to figure out if we're on Facebook or not, because for some reason it looks like the link isn't showing up. So
I would love to know, like, from the fan, like, do most people watch it on Facebook or on YouTube?
Facebook, I would say.
I mean, I wish they wouldn't. I wish there was a way to make this better. I hate this.
I wish there was a way to connect it to Instagram as well, but
I was just saying to Daniel that, like, I'm, like, living in chaos. I can't even, we'll talk about it later, but just know that, like, my life is so stressful right now in my living situation that I was like, we are on Facebook. What the fuck?
I mean, the mise en scène speaks for itself.
No, it really doesn't. This is the nice room.
Oh, thank you. Tomorrow.
Okay. Anyway, I was saying I was so stressed out here that, like, coming to do this, even the new format, everything, I was not, this was like a vacation to come do this fucking thing. And it's not now. That's stressful too. I'm just going back to sleep.
Okay, well,
credits.
Here we go. Roll the credits. New show, new us. Here we go.
Autumn, winter, next year.
Time heals everything. It's a song. Time heals everything.
All right, we're back. So,
okay. Whew, can we just, like, sage this moment for me, please?
Yes, honey. It's been saged. Okay, so get it off your chest.
Yes.
Tell us about your renovation, renovation.
My roommate moved out. I'm taking over my whole apartment, fixing it up. I need, like, all eyes on me, Daniel. No flies, no cats. By the way, I thought I was going to face the other way, and I was pretty sure, like, just like your cat does, that, like, a rat was going to, like, crawl out behind me because there's, like, huge holes in the wall. I had a painter from TaskRabbit come yesterday, a great painter that I've used before, to literally just paint.
Just like, with, like, a rolly stick?
I don't know, spray paint, whatever they do. Like, I wasn't even going to have to do anything. I was going to, like, sit on my tuchus, you know?
Not like paint a mural, like bloop, bloop, bloop.
No. Like, yeah, just change the color of the room. No fucking murals, right? And no, you can't paint because everything's falling off. The walls are falling down.
I see a view.
Now you have no idea. I can't stress this enough. I am in the nice finished room. This is not, you're not seeing it. Literally, it looks like, you remember the set of Hedwig when it was, like, supposed to be set on the set of, what?
The Hurt Locker?
Yes. My kitchen looks like the Hurt Locker. And so it was like, oh, no, you have to get, like, contractors. This is going to cost, like, $20,000. I'm like, what? No, I don't have that. I can't do that. What the
I'm a renter.
But this is all, by the way, after already everything's come down. So I'm not even, whatever I was living in that was, like, mold or, like, walls falling down or whatever was no longer in the precarious, just like, what? It's a little weird that it was before. Now it was Hurt Locker. So I was like, what am I supposed to be like? Forget it. I changed my mind. I'm in the rubble. Okay. I'm in the ruins of the Roxy Theater. So basically, like, the compromise is, like, we're going to, like, do, like, sheetrock ourselves, me and the painter. I have to, like, be the assistant. And, like, I probably won't get, like, I might be lucky enough that I can afford by the end of the week to have, like, all this done and then just sort of, like, white paint. But, like, all the colored paints I bought, like, we're not going to be able to, like, there's no way I'm going to get it the way I want it. But, like, my prayer is that, like, I won't be living in, like, holes in the walls by the end of the week. Oh, my God. I would, like, till midnight, we were, like, putting up sheetrock last night. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was putting up sheetrock.
I can't understand it, and I can't picture
at Home Depot with like a cart. You know, she was like, "How are we gonna get back?" I was like, "We'll just take an Uber." And she's like, "No. This is gonna be like enormous wall-sized pieces."
Wait, so you actually went to a Home Depot in person to shop?
Like I've done that before for like a plant.
What is it? 1999?
You don't understand. You do not understand. This is going on until midnight. Now it's going to be all day today. I mean, I am so. It's just a freak show, and anyway. This is my vacation, so
yeah.
Hopefully, I will get to document. I mean, the good thing about the weekly show is that, like, by hook or by crook, you'll be the last to know in this book. When we come back next Tuesday, I will be able to show. I should take the computer around, show you the whole apartment, but I think. What does she say in A Little Night Music? Lemonade. It would choke me.
Choke me.
It would literally choke me. It's so dusty. I can't walk through there. It's like, I don't know how I like showered and like shaved my like neck and cheeks this morning. I was like, oh my God. Oh, and by the way, the last thing I want is my like crazy like old lady, like landlady, like come in and start being like, what you doing? You know, but she always like yells at me. She hates my beard. And like, she thinks I'm a beautiful man when I'm like clean shaven. So Mr. Big Shot, like before like this happened, I walked in front of her building to get her out of my hair for the 1 minute. So now I'm like, I think I like brought the like wolf to the door. I think she's going to be like now being like, oh, what did you want? I need her to talk to me.
Shouldn't she be grateful that you're on your own dime making all these home improvements? Shouldn't she?
I can't even get into that can of worms. There's like 12 answers to that.
Everything is rent. And let's go to our next segment, cleanse.
Wait. Before we go to the next segment, I just want to say we're so excited to be here starting a new show. We're going to be an hour-long show, Tuesdays at noon Eastern time.
Right.
Stream it live, probably on Broadway World's Facebook and on the Broadway Podcast Network's YouTube channel, which frankly I prefer because then we get the views, which are kind of low. I mean, we look at the Broadway World's Facebook and it's like 5,000 views. And we look at Broadway Podcast Network, our YouTube channel, and it's like, come on, 99, come on, 100. So, you know, if you want to like pay it forward, go watch on YouTube.
YouTube is also where it will live permanently. I mean, that's, you know, kind of.
Well, it also lives on Broadway World Facebook permanently, but it's harder to get to. You got to go down. But that's going on, and we have all these new segments, plus some of the old favorites, and we live for you, the fans, our friends in the comments. I'm sorry I've been ignoring you. I'm glad Daniel interrupts me in my emotional distress to say hello to each and every one of you. And but we also will be having special guest stars, and it got a little like fugazi this morning because the way I thought it was going to be, which was that we were going to surprise guests each time. And then when I post the video clips afterwards to promote it, then it'll be like tagging the guest. But that the guest would be like a secret until broadcast hour. But then it was out of the bag. It was on YouTube and on Broadway World announcing our first guest. Then I felt like an idiot because here, like I was posting stuff not naming him. And now he's like, doesn't realize that we're so fucking thrilled that we have the iconic, brilliant, like, comedy god, character actor supreme, the stud of gay Hollywood, our friend, and just we couldn't be more excited that we're going to have Sam Pancake on a little bit later today.
Yes, he is our very first guest, and we couldn't be more excited. Hi, Caroline. We love you. All right.
Also, we're going to have new segments of like products, which we don't have set yet. We weren't supposed to be doing it today, but I want to say that I randomly tried this Tuscanini Diet Sparkling Cola.
Ooh, that looks
good today.
Sunscreen. It's like a party.
It kind of tastes like Tab, which I love. Although it's not flavored, it's not sweetened with saccharin. It's sweetened with sucralose, which is Splenda. But it kind of reminds me of Tab. I like that it says sparkling cola, even though like aren't all colas sparkling. I still don't know how to do the backwards.
It's like our friend Mucho Music ordering Red Bull and seltzer.
How dare you?
Who should be watching right now? He told me he was watching.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. I was emailing with him this morning. Brilliant Dan Fortune Media. Cabaret.
And speaking of Dan, he will love this next clip you've chosen.
All right. Oh, is it my? Well, yes, Dan will love this clip that I chose for Who Do You Think You Are today. And it had to be what we launched the new series with, because this, honestly, if I had to choose one clip that is the ultimate Who Do You Think You Are for me, it would be this one. I mean, this clip really feels like
home.
It defines me.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
The performer herself needs no introduction. I just want to say, because if I was just indulging myself to the extreme, it would be a 5-minute clip, which is not how we like to do Who Do You Think You Are's. So I, with great pains, ripped my heart out and managed to cut it down to 1 minute and 35 seconds.
Yes.
Trust me, I wish it were longer. So in order for that to work, I just need to inform y'all that the song that she is singing at the beginning, that you may or may not be able to identify because I had to slice so much of it out, is the standard Blue Skies. What is that, Gershwin?
No.
Carmichael?
It's Irving Berlin.
It's Irving Berlin. Thank you. Whatever. Listen, when this person sings it, one never knows. And you certainly never heard it like this before. But of course, it's really the medley that it goes into that defines it. And also, I want you to know that as crazy as this is, if I were to show the full medley, there's like 2 other songs included, but we will not. So all I will tell you, you don't need me to tell you the former, and you don't need to know the decade, because that will be quite evident. But it is, thank you, Blue Skies is the song at the beginning. And at the end, where it's even less recognizable. So roll clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Close. No, I'm just kidding.
The days hurrying by when you're in love. My, how they fly. I'm so excited that I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think that I like it. I'm so excited that I just can't hide it. I know I want you. Tonight's the night we're gonna make it happen. Tonight's the night we'll put all things aside. Get in this time and show me some affection. We're going for those pleasures in the night. I want to hold you, feel you, wrap myself around you. I want to please you, squeeze you, just can't get enough. And if you move real slow, I'll let it go. I'm so excited that I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think that I like it. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I know, I never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. No, just in the days hurrying by when you're in love. My, how they fly, blue sky.
Oh my God.
I mean, I know you like my dancing. I tell you, I could not keep my feet in place while that was playing.
Scott Gorenstein would be so pleased. That is fabulous. I mean, I've seen it before several times, but like,
But not enough.
But not enough.
enough.
It really does hammer home, just like, that is everything, and I mean that literally. I mean, she
really is everything.
packs a punch. She does so much with.
It's all there. It's all there. I mean, okay, so where do I begin? So this, by the way, this is the opening number of Liza Minnelli's 1986 concert in London at the Palladium, which was broadcast on HBO, maybe Showtime, I think HBO, home box office. And it was her first thing out of rehab after, so she this is the opening number, and it starts with, I think there's another song, and then Blue Skies. And then she goes into, of course, the Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited. And it's yes, totally. Okay, that's what Adam Feldman said, because
Yes, that's
that.
true. Yes.
But not only that, that's very true. That's the external thing, but also it's very, she makes it her own, literally makes it like a lot. It's, when she's like, I want to please you. No, she really says it like the way Liza acts a song. I mean, it's 100% goes to the Liza place. And and I love that it's we have no time to talk about her fashion or her hair, but just y'all know what they are and y'all can think about it.
It's like that Liz Taylor hairstyle.
Yeah, literally Liz Taylor did her hair. But like, I love so much that she gives you that, nothing makes me happier in life. My kink, my heaven is when she takes the microphone out of a stand and begins to strut across the stage. That is my absolute nirvana. And I love that song so much. It's very much like I think that's the moment in my childhood, that song, the real one, you know? But like, because the song 80s are such a weird, like culturally bastardized time anyway, like Liza's brass and everything, like it's almost kind of like the normal version of the song, even though of course it isn't.
Yeah.
And, but I mean, it's just so insane. And then the fact when she goes back into Blue Skies and it's like, is it rap? Is it jazz? Is it like a cool 80s like punk rock version? Like, it's like so mind-blowing. And she goes through all those like genres so quickly just to get to the belt note. And it's so much balls. I mean, it's really the ultimate who do you think you are, because it's truly who do you think you are, except the only thing that makes it not that is that really when anyone does who do you think you are, what you're really saying is who do you think you are, Liza? And of course, she's Liza. So yes,
she is kind of like the patron saint of who do you think you are.
Yes.
And it's so true, Diane. I just want to say, you know, making it her own is what Liza does best. And now I can't hear any version of Some People without wanting to hear Liza's. That's like the gold standard for me now.
Okay. The only one thing I want to say is that I feel like I almost lived this a little bit before I ever saw it for the first time, because I'm remembering my cousin Suzanne's bat mitzvah.
Okay.
And I remember her mom, my cousin Judy, this is a middle-aged woman in the 1980s, dancing to the DJ playing like the real version of this song. And I have to say, I feel like, first of all, Judy is probably the other inspiration for my own dance style besides my grandpa Paul. And my sister and I forever reference like Judy Maltzman dancing. And like, you know, we sort of make fun of it, but of course it truly is how I dance. And it really, Judy got down. I mean, it was a little weird to see like Judy, who's basically my aunt, you know, like with like the Pointer Sisters being like, tonight's the night, you know, I want to love you, squeeze you, wrap myself around you, you know, and Judy just being like, yeah, like she had that second Chardonnay, bitch, you know.
That's fabulous. Okay, so hold on, let me see. Okay, so our next segment is a new segment. We are so excited. This is one we thought of on the beach together. And it's one that was a long time coming. I mean, this is just naturally, you know, in the natural progression of our time together and on our brand and our stream, this makes so much sense. So without further ado, name that belt.
I love you. Really sing out. You really belt a song. There are very few of us left.
Okay, so I have several clips to play you, and what's going to happen is it's just a single held belt note of a certain performer, and I'm going to play them for you. There's some that are easier, some that are harder, and you have to tell me who it is.
Couldn't be happier.
There's some that I think you'll get really easily, and then there's a few harder ones. We'll see what happens. We may not go through all of them, but viewers, if you know who they are, do not say it until the end so Ben can guess. Okay, here we go. Name that belt. First one. That's all you get.
May I hear it again? Is this one of the easy ones or one of the hard ones?
I thought this was going to be the easy one. Here we go.
Does anyone have it of the viewers? Feel free to jump in here. Phone a friend.
If you do have an idea.
I suppose I don't get to hear a little more of the clip.
Unfortunately, no.
That might be a good way for
Okay, let me give you another one then. Maybe this is too hard.
Okay.
Here's the next one.
God, I can't believe, I think I'm gonna do bad. Is that Patty?
No.
One more time.
What now? Okay, here we go. Really, all you get is the vibrato.
All you need is the vibrato.
Oh, even Adam thinks it's hard. Maybe I mean, the thing is, on some of these, if I gave you the whole word, that would give it away because you know what song it is.
Well, maybe you need to choose different notes.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do the first one more time. This is like one that I think people get. I will give you a hint.
I don't know if hints are fun.
Okay, let me. Okay, I'm gonna play.
It says that's Liza, the second one.
That is 100% Liza, the second one. It is not Liza. Let me play it one more time.
I mean, the reason I think the second... Oh, Whitney Houston, Kenneth Alfonso says for the second one.
Yes! Kenneth is correct.
This actually makes me feel really good that I thought it was Patty because it was such an open throat. It wasn't a particularly high note, but it was so round and rich and resonant. And I think we're going to have to workshop this game a little bit.
Let me play it one more time so everyone can get a... That is Whitney from the national anthem, singing the national anthem. And then this second one, I'm gonna play it one more time. Then I'll give.
Whitney was the fucking second. Was the first one?
This is Whitney.
This is a nightmare. This is not a good game.
Bell on glare.
It makes sense that it's Whitney because nobody could belt. Maybe Patty on her best day, but that note, that high, pingy. You know, it's so, what's the word? It's like a bright sound, but it's really ballsy and it's connected to the earth, even though it's so high.
Yeah. Okay, this second one is, I'm going to give you a hint that'll maybe, glare. Okay, this is the end of If You Walked Into My Life.
Okay, is it Leslie Uggams?
Yes.
We need to workshop this. There has to be like, you don't get it on one syllable, here's a second syllable, and if the second syllable gives it away, it's the wrong note. We have to choose one that you can, there have to be like, I mean, I don't have to get them right, but somebody has to get them. Yeah. Now people are saying Angela. I mean, we're not, the hints are bad because they're red herrings.
Mucho Music, Judy Kim. Well, Kenneth, you win today. And okay, so our next segment, Name the Bell. So we don't have time for our next segment because unfortunately we're running a little long and our guest is in the green room. So we have a very special guest, as we said. So without further ado, we're going to bring him in, the fabulous Samantha Pancake.
Hi, boys.
Hi.
Hi, Ben. Hi, Daniel.
Sam, I love you so much. We're so honored that you are here. It really means the world.
Oh, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
You sound great.
Perfectly.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Oh, thank you. You know, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Long time listener, big fan. It was there from the jump. Always have lots to say. Always, it's one of those where I'm just like piping in.
Yes.
Sometimes with the actual answer to things where you can't think of it, or maybe a correction. I'm that bitch.
We want them. One of our new segments is going to be corrections and retractions. Do you remember anything? Do you have any bones to pick?
You need to correct.
I can't tell you because I don't know y'all. That Daniel, we've never met in person, and Ben, I've only met briefly. I always have like I'm just going to Instagram. I'm just going to DM them. I'm just going to DM them and let them know, and then I have to let it go, and then I just have to let it go.
Like God.
Yeah.
Well, that's very smart. But Sam, we're such fans of yours that anytime you ever you could DM me and be like, I just want to say you looked really fat today, and everything you said was stupid, and I'd be like, oh my God, Sam, thank you for watching.
He noticed.
It's so funny because you're listening to a podcast and like you might, and I love everything. It's none of it's like harsh or mean or even like shady. It's just like,
Oh.
oh my God, I just want to scream like, you know, like Karen Morrow or whatever it is that's like supposed to come out. But I still, I can't, and I have this with a lot of, because everyone's younger than me, that the movies that people haven't seen, like Ben, have you seen Mahogany yet?
No, but it's not my fault.
It's not your fault. Okay, fair enough. I'm not gonna shame you.
I'm definitely. It's the. Do you know? Tell me if you relate to this, Sam, because this is very big in my life the last few months of the pandemic.
Yes.
Because my like emotional well-being relies on what like entertainment I like eat these days. I am like so weirdly like I can't. It's like it's more particular than ever. Like Patti LuPone is like doing shit, and I'm not watching it because I'm just like, no, today I'm only watching The Office, or like I'm going to watch
Comfort.
This new season of Search Party, which by the way, I live for you on it. I live for that show. It's so brilliant. But even that, it's like I was so excited to watch that because I was such a fan of the show for the first 2 seasons. And I paid for HBO Max so that I could watch it. But then, like, because no one in my family had a password, I could steal like the old HBO. But I didn't even watch it for like weeks after I bought HBO Max because I'm just like, but I'm dying. But I am dying to watch Mahogany because I know it's a huge gaping hole in my vagina.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. I totally understand what you're saying. I've been doing the same thing. I'm a big horror movie person too, and I haven't been able to watch any horror movies for the last 5 months.
Yeah.
I did a couple, and then I read that there. Actually, I heard it from my sister, who's a therapist, how they they were making me, I don't get scared like their ghosts are coming or the vampires, they're going to bite me. Not like that, but like they do raise your cortisol levels. So I was waking up in the middle of the night, just like jacked up for seemingly no reason. And I stopped watching the horror movies, which already life is a horror movie.
Yeah.
And so I've changed that, but I know what you mean. Sometimes it's pure comfort, very specific. I've been watching Fred and Ginger movies every night on HBO Max, like a new one every night. They're very comforting. So yeah, I get that.
No, that's me too. I've been watching basically only TCM the past 5 months, like movie-wise. And that there's something about it that just brings me like a level of comfort. It lowers those cortisol levels. So I go to bed just happy.
Yes.
So, but speaking of HBO, tell us about your new project.
Equal. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Oh yeah.
By the way, you look amazing.
Yeah, they just announced
period drag.
Yeah, they excuse me. They just announced yesterday. It's called Equal, and it's a HBO Max docuseries. There are 2 directors. The one that I worked with is Stephen Kayak, and he directed the Sid and Judy documentary, which I loved. Which it was on Showtime, which is a must-see documentary. Even if you don't even know Judy Garland, it's like it's such a good documentary. Everyone should watch it. So my character is the concept is like actors today playing historical figures in LGBTQ past up through and including Stonewall. And I play Dick Leitch, who just died 2 years ago. And he was one of the presidents of the Mattachine Society in the 60s. He led the sit-ins that ultimately culminated at Julius's. You know about that when they went to based on the lunch counter sit-ins. And you can hear him tell the story on many podcasts. That story is very funny, actually. I hope they make that a movie sometime. But he also was the first gay reporter. He was on the boots on the ground at Stonewall. And so the part that I'm doing, I'm in the segment with Haley Sahar, who's from Post. She plays Sylvia Rivera, and Cole Doman, who I actually knew before, playing Mark Siegel, who was there at Stonewall. But it should be the way we shot it was really cool. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but it's a docuseries. And the weird thing is 2 years ago, I was at Boys in the Band on Broadway to see like Bomer and some of the guys that I know in that. And I went backstage. Bums, babes. I'm thousands of years old. I know Tuck, I know Zach, I know Matt, I know Jim, a little bit. And Jim Parsons was actually the executive producer of Equal 2, which I don't know if that had anything to do with me. I don't know. Anyway, I see Joe Mantello there, who actually knew who I was, which y'all, and I'd met him like 25 years ago, but still we were hanging and talking. And the other guys are talking to this much older guy, and I could kind of overhear, but that thing, when like you're backstage with all these stars and you're just like standing there alone and you don't want to go and say, hello, everyone, I'm Sam Pancake. Who's this older gentleman? So he left, but that ended up being, I looked, when they offered me the part, I was like, this sounds familiar, Dick. And I looked it up and it was him. It was Dick Leitch, who I just crossed paths with. And then sadly and that was the day before my birthday. And then it was 2 days before his birthday, which weirdly I found out. And then he passed away like a few weeks later. So that was weird. And then I got to play him.
Wonderful interview with him and Justin Sayre on the podcast Sparkle and Circulate.
There is? Justin told me he knew him. Oh, crap. I didn't even listen to that. I feel terrible because I've worked with Justin a lot on these plays we've been doing. Oh, my God. I feel like anyway. But it was one of those things we were supposed to shoot March 18th. And then they offered me this job. I was so excited. I was ready to go to work. I memorized my 3-page monologue. And then guess what happened? You'll never guess. And then, so luckily they brought it back and I shot it August 1st. Had a couple more days and then they announced it yesterday. So it'll be on HBO Max in October.
I can't wait.
So exciting.
And like Adam says, there was one time I was at Julius and he was there and everyone gave him like a big round of applause. There's photos of him everywhere. Did you guys shoot at Julius at all?
No, we shot here like 3 weeks ago on a soundstage because it's shot very. It's my part at least was very expressionistic. It was me. Actually, I think that's all I can say. No.
Well, it's funny. I remember. Have you ever seen the 1995 movie Stonewall with Guillermo Diaz?
Oh, many times. So Sherry Vine and Candace Kane, my friends are in it. And I saw it a lot back in the day because it was like the only thing that we had to see.
Totally. I love that movie so much. I remember seeing the preview. I was at the Gay Film Festival in San Francisco that summer, '96. And they had a preview for Stonewall before some other gay movie. And it was the first time I'd seen a gay, just even seeing the preview, a gay movie that looked like it was just going to be fun. And of course it was pre-AIDS. I mean, a movie about oppression and Stonewall was fun compared to the stuff we were seeing, But it had this great score, all these great girl group songs. But anyway, but that's how I really learned a lot about Stonewall. And I don't remember if he's named Dick, but he's basically a character because the journalist follows them when they go on the, what did you call them? The sip-ins? What's the word?
The sip.
They weren't allowed to serve alcohol to a homosexual. So they would go into bars, gay bars, and say, I like a drink, I'm a homosexual, and here's my friend who's also homosexual who'd also like a drink. And the bartender would be like, why do you got to do that? Come on. But they had to refuse service, and the journalist was there. So I'm giving away the story. But anyway, but that's how I first saw Julius and how I first knew about the story.
Okay, cool. I haven't seen that. I mean, I've seen it. It's one of those things like I saw a bunch of times a long time ago, and I havenent been able to find it lately.
It's not streaming.
But, I need to watch that one again too.
Speaking of streaming, it's not streaming.
No.
Speaking of streaming, tell us a little bit about these Justin Sayre plays, because I know they started off they're sort of like campy horror genre, would you say? And it was like a series that he was doing live, right? That you guys did. There was like Joe's Pub, and then there was a fabulous Casita del Campo in Los Angeles in Silver Lake. And then from that, he sold it to become a TV series, or first it became a streaming thing, and then from that, a TV series?
Well, we did it. It's written to be like Dark Shadows, like a serial, like a camp horror soap opera. We did it actually at the Celebration Theater in Hollywood, not a Casita. Even though the Casita, because we do Golden Girls and all the other crazy things at Casita, but this was through the Celebration Theater, which is the LGBTQ theater in LA.
Sure.
Which has sadly lost that home. But anyway, we did that all through October. October, November. We did two new episodes every week. Me, Drew Droege, Justin, this cast of amazing people, directed by Tom DeTrinis.
The artistic director of Celebration, right?
Say what now?
He's the artistic director of Celebration, right, Tom?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, yes. So he we did Ravens, and it was called Ravenswood Manor, and it was about this film star in the 60s. He returns to her ancestral home, and it's Justin, and she's finally revealed to have a beard, and because she had a terrible electrolysis accident after shooting a movie with Ryan O'Neal and a lightning strike. And we all played multiple characters. It was very like Charles Love, changing costumes on stage. It was written to be a TV show. Thank God Justin sold it to Sony, and that's hopefully going to happen. You know, it's one of those things like show business. There's many steps, but that's a good big first step. So then during pandemic, he was like, I have all these ideas, because we were going to do this fall, like the second season of Ravenswood, but now we're doing these different plays based on different movies. And like we did one called The Ducks, based on the birds, one based on the movie, sort of this movie from '69 called Cat's Eye, which was called Pussy Killer. And the next one, which will be the I have to go to Vancouver to work for the rest of the year, which is great. But the week I'm leaving, we're doing, so I'm pretty sure I'll be in it if I'm just not on a plane. It's called Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and it's based on The Crucible, The Witch. And apparently there's a 99 or 2000 Lifetime movie called The Salem Witch Trials with Kirstie Alley and Shirley MacLaine, which I did not know about.
Oh wait, I
and
think
Justin said, I did not. And apparently Shirley has a nude scene. Anybody? So I can't wait. We finished casting it the other day, and I'm sure it'll be insane. And my character's name is Rectum Pinkerton, or Rectum. I'm like the evil witch hunter man, because I'll have a beard in Vancouver for my job. Not that it's ever stopped me before. We did one based on Suspiria and Dance Moms. I mean, combined that, and I was the Abby Lee Miller character, but in the South, of course, Daniel, as you can imagine, that would have to be in the South.
Oh my God, of course.
So we're doing those.
Kirstie Alley, I have to ask you, because I know you were on Fat Actress, a series that I loved. And I mean, I've been heartbroken over the years as she seems more and more, to borrow a phrase, deplorable. But I mean, did you spend a lot of time with her on set? Like, what was your experience of her, if you don't mind?
Oh, no, I never mind. It's funny because my friend Rachel Harris was also in it. Rachel, who's in everything, played the assistant. And I've been lucky that way. We're like going into mini shows. At least I got a friend there, so I can be like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
And Kirstie, I think was pretty chill. And I remember like Rachel was like, "She's okay," you know. And she also, because she's a Scientologist, and I had this long story, but I had this best friend who became a Scientologist that I kind of split up from in the 90s. And I knew, and one of the reasons was because he was like, we can't be gay anymore. We have to be Scientologists and be straight. And I was like, goodbye, cuckoo. No. I don't hate myself. I'm not filled with shame and rage and guilt about being gay. I'm very happy to be gay. Anyway, but I was like, how is she with gay people? But she was really nice, because I played it was one of my many, I literally played, thank God things have changed, a man in Griffith Park cruising in a car. It was an offer. Before you come at me, it was an offer. On a Showtime.
It said a damn Pancake type in the script.
Yeah.
It said absolutely. It was, yes, that's me blowing truckers at Griffith Park. Get to know me. But she was like, I remember she kept saying like, she's like, I think I have a guy for you. I think, because Rachel was like, this is my friend Sam, and he's really fun, and da 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 da. And but the fun part of that was, you know who Mo Collins is, right?
Who?
Mo Collins from Mad TV. She plays Stewart's mom, and she's in lots of stuff. Yeah. She was in it, and it was the first time I worked with Mo, and she made me laugh so hard off camera, like in our trailers, that I peed myself a little bit. She's so fucking funny. And then guess who I ran into her at the oral surgeon last week when I was getting my implants done. What a world.
Wow.
And I've seen her a bunch of times.
LA.
I've seen her a bunch of times since then, but that's when we first became friends. And also, that's where I met Kelly. Sadly, Kelly Preston was there too, who recently passed away. So it was only one day, but I remember like 18,000 things happened. You know, one of those days. It's crazy. Or maybe it was two. Who remembers? Anyway, but I didn't hate her. She seemed fine.
That's so funny. I have a guy for you.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping. Yeah.
No. I was gonna say, what is LA like right now? I mean, I know you've lived in LA for a long time, and I'm sure it's a way different place right now. How has that been for you?
It's the good news is it's come back in the last month, but there's so little traffic and there's always parking. I just, full disclosure, had a gentleman friend, a long distance thing that was going on, and he came to visit me, all very safe and tested healthy. Everything's fine. Everyone calm down. Not you two, but I've had to, because we just were very kind of low key on Instagram or whatever, but it went really well. And we ended up, I was like, I live in a guest house. I have a really cool deal, but it's small. And so we literally just did movable feast, Judy and Liza. He's a big musical theater guy. It was so much fun. And also a big tall man. And it was, so we went to Palm Springs for 3 days, and we were at the 2 different hotels, and it's just very ghost towny. Like, we were at the Biltmore, which was like Chichipa, and it was just us and like 7 other people. What?
Is this the guy in your story?
Yes. Yeah. He went back yesterday.
Very attractive.
Yeah. And so I'm never afraid to get an Airbnb in Palm Springs at the drop of a hat if I can swing it. And so we did that. But to answer your question, so I was traveling around LA a lot this week, and it's pretty things are not back to normal, but it's very different than it was a month ago. And luckily, I just saw that our cases are finally dropping. But almost everyone, it's very rare you don't see a mask and a face shield. Everyone at the stores is all protected. Masks are everywhere. I mean, fingers crossed. So and I actually not. Of course, it's all awful. But I was someone I wasn't planning on working until July anyway. In March, I was going to do that HBO job and Saved by the Bell. I was going to do. I'm back on that one, the new one. I play the theater teacher who directs the musical on Saved by the Bell. Anyway, but I was not going to work until July, so I was like, I don't mind this break. It's for 2 or 3 months sitting around my place and just reading and writing and watching TCM. So
totally,
I was okay. And then making new friends online. Wink.
Totally. That's so romantic. I think that is something that's happening. I've been reconnecting with a lot of old flames and, chatting more with them having the past 3 years. So
yeah,
I think that's something that we're all looking for. That's so romantic.
I mean, the next time there's a pandemic, you better believe I'm going to have a roster of reliable fuck buddies. I'm going to have a dog. I'm going to have a lot of paper towels. There's a lot of lessons to be learned.
Yeah.
But I still
Indeed. Yeah.
Companionship is probably at the top of the list.
I wish we could see this link. I don't know. I can't click on the link, Adam.
What is it? I can't see it.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's something to do with maybe Shirley MacLaine, Kirstie Alley, someone who
It could be anything. It could be Sam in a park cruising.
What is your podcast? You have a podcast called It's About Movies, and it's Monday Afternoon Movie. Is that correct?
It's Sam Pancake presents the Monday Afternoon Movie, and it's me covering 1970s. Now we're moving into late 60s, mid 80s TV movies that are like horror, supernatural, or like thriller, suspense. Because my whole kind of impetus to do it was I had a friend who was like, I'm starting a podcast network. If you were doing a podcast, what would it be? And I was like, no one wants to listen to this, but I want to watch with a friend the movies that I watched the beginning of in the 70s as a little kid on TV. And then my mother was like, I'll tell you what happens. Go to bed. And the next morning she was like either forgot or wouldn't tell me or whatever, or wasn't paying any attention. So it's just those, and they almost always have a female lead. And then my friend let me do it, and now we're in our 5th season. Amazing. And me and a guest talk about a made-for-TV movie. Huh?
That's so cool. That's such a great idea.
I've lost both of you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I can't hear you. Sorry.
We hear you.
Well, maybe it needs to buffer a bit. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, he'll come back in.
He'll come back in.
Well, while we're waiting,
Our movies were movies segment. While we're talking about movies.
we don't have much time left, and I want to make sure we get to our final fan favorite segment.
You mean I'm gonna have to recycle this screen name for next week?
Yeah, well, it's a little hint, But we can't sign off without our Dolly concert kill.
No, maybe Sam can join in if he.
Yeah, if Sam comes back, he can join in for this.
Yeah.
All right, people, you know what to do. I know some of y'all have been thinking on them, doing your homework, coming up with 3 ladies or any performer, doesn't have to be a lady, 3 performers to give us, and we will categorize them. 1 to see as Dolly Levi, 1 we want to see in a peak career concert, and 1, unfortunately. I mean, I have one for you already. I want to hear what you have to say about Kirstie. It says devices not connected. Oh, there he is.
Here I am. Sorry.
You're back. Okay, great.
Sorry. I think it's my internet. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We're doing our final segment, which I know you know from the podcast, Dolly Concert Kill.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Here we go. We have viewers writing in, giving us 3 performers.
Oh, that one has Sam all over it.
This one really does have Sam all over it.
Nomination.
Wait, let me see. Oh, wow. I know Lorraine. Where do I see these?
Can you see it on the screen?
It's Jane Curtin, Gilda Radner, and Lorraine Newman.
This is the one for me?
Yes. So yeah, 1 is Dolly, 1 in concert, and 1 to kill.
Okay. I kind of can't hear anybody, but I'll try it if you can hear me.
Lorraine's
a friend of mine, so you can hear me. Okay. Everyone. Okay. Gilda, God bless. She's not with us anymore, so I'll let her stay that way. I would like to see Lorraine's Hello Dolly, because Lorraine can be very Hello Dolly Levi.
Yes.
She's very much our Jewish comedy mama, and here in LA. And then Jane Curtin, yeah, sure, live in concert, Jane Curtin. I love Jane Curtin. And I've seen Gilda live in concert because she has the specials and everything.
Yeah, that should be an orange stream. Actually, we should do Gilda live.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Benji, this is a good one for you. We just watched this film together.
Patty Duke, Sharon Tate, Martin Parkins. Okay. I resent the fact that somebody would give me 3 actresses from Valley of the Dolls and not one of them is Susan Hayward. That to me is a Susan Hayward movie that other people have cameos in. I can't believe Dan Fortune. Fine. Okay, so I would like to see Barbara Parkins as Dolly, which she'd be terrible in, but I just really enjoyed her. It would be 3 hours long, and she wouldn't belt a fucking note. But I just find her.
You couldn't hear her at all. Yeah.
No. Maybe it would cure me of my liking her, but we'll go with that. And Patty Duke in concert, and Sharon Tate, Call Me the Mansons.
Great. Oh, too soon. Okay, I want to do Adams. Judy, Renee, and Tammy. I mean, I definitely, I want Judy Davis as Dolly. I loved Tammy in Little Shop, but I don't really think I need a concert. I would actually love to see Renee in concert just because I find her likable. And kill Tammy. Sorry about it. Okay, let's see. Which one of you wants to do this?
Give that to Sam.
All right, Sammy. Lucille Ball, Barbara Eden, and Shirley Jones. This is a good one.
I can't hear anybody. I'm sorry.
Can you see her, Diane Feldman's?
He can't hear you.
Okay, well, I'll do it then. I would love to see Lucy as Dolly. you know, 1950s, late 50s Lucy, preferably.
Ah.
And then I would love to see Shirley Jones in concert just because her voice is phenomenal. Sorry, Barbara Eden. Go back in that little bottle where you belong.
It should be Dolly concert bottle.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Ben, do you want to do this one?
Oh, God. Okay. Sonia Morgan, Ramona Singer, Luann de Lesseps. Well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to... It's funny. I want to make Luann happy, but I don't even know if she would prefer... I mean, you know, I think she's dying to do Hello, Dolly.
Yeah.
You know,
she can wear clothes like no one else.
But if I want to go by you know, process of elimination, God help me, I don't want to see Sonia Morgan's cabaret-esque that she's been talking about for years. And obviously Ramona Singer should be shot. So I think actually I would have to say Sonia as Dolly because, you know, she'll fall down the stairs, but it'll be hilarious.
Show her ass.
You know, I want Luann to be in concert because I finally want her to be able to do the new show that we were about to launch when the pandemic hit.
Right. Okay, let's see. We have a couple more. Classic Hollywood, love this. While we wait for Sam to get back. Or maybe he won't because we're almost out of time. Here he is. I want to see, ooh, this is a good one. I would love to see Jean Harlow as Dolly because I find her fascinating.
She'd look good in the clothes.
She would look amazing. And then I guess Lauren in concert and kill Rita. I find Rita fascinating as well, but I need an evening with Lauren for sure. Okay, well, I don't see Sam yet, but oh, here he is.
Nope.
Can you hear us, Sammy?
All right.
Well, we're all three here again to sign off. It's that time anyway, but thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna play us out with a little Patty Byrne.
Autumn, winter, next year.
Time heals everything. It's a song. Time heals everything.